Greetings, kids! You will listen to the story of 4 animal friends, the musicians of Bremen, and Fingerboy during the train journey.
Hello, today we will embark on a train journey with my lovely granddaughter, Ely. While waiting for Ely, let me tell you a short story. Very nice, and a short story indeed. Pay close attention, children, until Ely arrives. Once upon a time, there lived a very poor couple in a hut. They weren't complaining about their poverty. The only thing that saddened them was the absence of a child. They longed to have a child and decided to seek help from an old wizard nearby. The wizard gave them a magical seed and instructed them to plant it, waiting for it to grow. They rushed home, planted the seed in a pot, and patiently awaited its growth. Days passed, and when the seed started to sprout, they saw a tiny, adorable boy sitting in the middle of the bud one day. They picked up the finger-sized child and looked at him in astonishment. The woman asked her husband, "Isn't this child a bit too small?" The husband replied, "You're right, he's a bit small, but after all these years, we finally have a child. Look how cute he is. Let's name him Finger Boy." In the evening, they prepared a bed for Finger Boy using a walnut shell and a leaf as a blanket. They waited for him to fall asleep, then quietly left the room and closed the door. While Finger Boy slept, 2 pairs of eyes from an open window were watching him. These eyes belonged to an ugly frog by the riverside. Seeing Finger Boy, the frog commented, "Look at the little child sleeping. He looks just like a slave who will be put to work in the mine." The frog prepared a bed for Finger Boy, lifted him along with the bed, and took him to the lake. In the morning, Finger Boy realized that he was not in his bed. He started crying, asking, "Where are my mom and dad?" The frog, who had taken him, was standing next to him and laughing. This frog was the one who kidnapped Finger Boy. The frog told Finger Boy, "You are mine now. You will work in my mine. Don't even think about escaping. I won't let you go anywhere." Finger Boy pleaded, "Please let me go. I must return to my mom and dad. They must be very worried about me." However, the frog paid no attention. Meanwhile, a red fish, observing from a distance, felt sorry for Finger Boy and decided to help him. The fish approached and began pulling the leaf on which Finger Boy lay. Finger Boy thanked the red fish for saving him. Tired of loneliness, the red fish invited Finger Boy to live together, saying, "If you want, you can live here with me, and we can be happy together for a lifetime." However, Finger Boy declined the fish's offer, saying, "My parents have missed me. I don't want them to be sad and cry. I should return home right away." During this time, Finger Boy's parents cried every day, wondering where he had disappeared. Finger Boy thought about how sad his parents must be and decided to go back to them. When Finger Boy appeared in front of his parents, they were overjoyed. Finger Boy shared the events that had happened, and from that day on, Finger Boy and his family lived happily ever after. And the story has come to an end. Grandpa will tell you many more beautiful stories. Don't miss out, children.
I am ready, Grandpa. Let our adventure begin.
Are you excited, Ellie?
Yes, Grandpa, I am very excited and happy.
Let's get in the car and go to the train station. Ellie, I will tell you beautiful stories during the train journey. Let's go and get the tickets. Ellie, how are your classes going at the dance school? Have you practiced any new dance moves?
Yes, Grandpa, I learned new dances. The teacher says I dance very well. If you want, I can show you too. La 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 la.
Gilly, you're very funny, Ellie. I love you very much.
I love you too, Grandpa.
Yes, we've arrived at the train station now. Let's get off and go. Ely, wait here. I'll go get the tickets and come back right away.
All right, Grandpa.
Hello. I would like to request 2 tickets for a train journey for myself and my 13-year-old granddaughter.
Hello, of course. I'll provide them right away. Tickets are free for children under 14, so you'll only need to pay for one person's ticket.
Oh, very good. Thank you very much.
Have a safe journey, sir.
Yes, Seeley, did you like the train?
I really liked it, Grandpa, and this is my first train journey. Grandpa, tell me one of your beautiful stories.
All right, I'm starting the story right away. Once upon a time, there was a man and his donkey. The donkey used to carry sacks tirelessly, but as time passed, it began to lose its strength and couldn't carry the sacks as before. The owner, seeing the donkey as useless, thought it was unnecessary to feed him. Not wanting to bother his owner any longer, the donkey decided to leave and headed towards the city of Bremen, thinking he could become a musician there.
This is a difficult situation, Grandpa.
Afterwards, as the donkey walked along the road, he encountered a dog. The dog, a hunting dog, was lying on the road completely exhausted, breathing heavily. The donkey asked, "Hey dog, why are you breathing so heavily? Tell me." The dog replied, "Don't ask, my donkey friend. I've grown old, and with each passing day I lose my old strength. Because I couldn't run as my owner wanted during the hunt, he wanted to kill me. I managed to escape with my last strength. Now, I don't know how to satisfy my hunger with this old body." The donkey said, "Actually, I'm going to Bremen. I'm thinking of becoming a city musician. You can come with me and join the band for music. I play the lute, and you can play the drum." The dog liked this suggestion, and the two set off together. After a while, they saw a cat on the side of the road. Looking at the cat's face, they realized that it was in a very bad condition.
What an exciting story, Grandpa. What did the donkey ask?
The donkey asked, "What's wrong, cat? It seems things are not going well for you." The cat turned its face and replied, "How can one be cheerful when humans are burning with desire? As you can see, I've grown old and my teeth are useless now. I can't catch mice anymore. My mistress, seeing this, wanted to drown me in the water. I managed to escape at the last moment, but there's no cure for old age. Now, what am I going to do alone?" The donkey said. "Come with us. Cats understand music. We're going to Bremen. When we get there, you can become a musician." The cat welcomed this idea and accepted the offer, joining them on the journey. As the 3 elderly animals were walking, they came across a farmhouse. At that moment, they saw a rooster trying to crow loudly. The donkey turned to him and said, "Hey, rooster, your voice sounds like you're sick. What's wrong with you?" The rooster replied, "Actually, I was announcing that the weather would be fine. But I heard from inside that guests would come tomorrow and they would eat my soup. Since my head will be chopped off tonight anyway, I thought I might as well crow until my throat tears." The donkey said, "Poor rooster, if you have such a problem, come with us. We are going to Bremen. Whatever we encounter there, it's better than dying. Your voice seems good." The rooster liked this suggestion, and the 4 travelers set off together. These 4 companions couldn't reach Bremen on the same day. In the evening, they reached a forest and decided to spend the night there. The donkey and the dog found a large tree and lay down under it. The cat and the rooster climbed up into the branches. Before falling asleep, the rooster looked around. He saw a small light in the distance and called out to his friends, "I see a light. There must be a house nearby," he said. The donkey suggested, "Actually, it would be better if we get up and go there. This place doesn't seem comfortable at all." The dog thought that if he found a few bones and some meat, he would enjoy it, so he agreed.
Ha! They have become such wonderful friends with each other. It's fantastic.
So they moved towards the light. As they approached, the sparkle of the light increased. Eventually, they arrived at a house where, unbeknownst to them, bandits had taken refuge. Being the largest, the donkey approached the window and looked inside. The rooster asked the donkey, "What do you see, big brother?" The donkey replied, "There's a set table with all kinds of food and drinks on it, but there are bandits inside, and they are enjoying themselves. The rooster said, "This seems like a job for us," and chuckled lightly. The donkey said, "I wish we were the ones sitting at that table." They started discussing how to find a way to drive away the bandits. Finally, they came up with a solution. The donkey would lift his front legs and lean against the window. The dog would climb onto the donkey's back. The cat would climb on top of the dog. The rooster, being the lightest, would fly and land on top of the dog. They executed their plan. Then, when someone signaled, they all started singing together. The donkey brayed, the dog barked, the cat meowed, and the rooster crowed. Then, suddenly, they burst into the house through the window.
Nice plan.
When the bandits heard this strange noise and commotion, they thought a ghost had entered. Without looking back, they fled into the forest. After this, the four friends pounced on the table, feasting on the leftovers of the bandits. They enjoyed the food as if they had been hungry for 40 years. After finishing their meal, they turned off the light. Everyone found a comfortable place according to their liking. When they found their spot, they laid down and slept. Since they were tired from the journey, shortly afterward they all fell asleep. When it was quite late, the bandits looked back at the house from the forest and saw that the light had gone out, and it was silent. The leader of the bandits said, "We shouldn't have stepped on the toadstool in vain, but it happened." Choosing one of them, they sent him to check the house. The man looked and saw that everything was quiet. He tried to light a lamp, mistaking the cat's shining eyes for a burning fire. He took a sulfur match, intending to ignite it, but the cat, understanding the joke, attacked him with all its might, scratching his face. The bandit was so frightened that he ran towards the back door, but the lying dog jumped on him, biting him hard on the leg. The bandit, trying to escape to the courtyard, was also hit by the donkey's hind legs. Hearing the commotion, the rooster, awakened, began to crow. The bandit, running for his life, gasped and reached the leader. "Don't ask," he said. "There's a terrible witch in the house." She threw herself at me, scratching my whole face with her nails. "There's a strange man at the door. He stabbed me in the foot with a huge knife, without mercy. In the courtyard, there's a devil with a pitch-black face. I couldn't understand what it was. He beat me with an oak stick. On the roof, there's a judge, shouting, 'Bring me that rascal!'" I barely escaped with my life. From that day on, the bandits never returned to that place. The 4 Bremen musicians loved that house very much. Finding such a house, they decided not to go to Bremen and spent their lives in that house.
Wow, Grandpa, what a beautiful story. Thank you so much for telling me this story.
I also thank you for this beautiful journey.